Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a Gen 3 Ford Raptor with the 37 Performance Package. Before we get into this video, I want to mention a couple things. First off, we're going to be talking about some of the major changes for 2024 in this video. Also, this Gen 3 is available for sale for the time being, so if you're interested, reach out to the Large Miller Ford Lincoln here in Provo, Utah. And then the third thing, as always, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 450 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque, with fuel economy being 14 around town, and then 16 on the highway. Now, this is going to remain unchanged for the 24 model year as of what I know so far. You still can also get the R Raptor, so the V8 Raptor, but that's still going to be very limited with production because the engine is hand-built. Now, before we go to the front end of the Raptor, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see we've got the bulge there in the center, always a cool look. That is pretty much going to remain unchanged. Same thing with the hood. The thing that will change is the headlight design. There's going to be some major changes with this whole look, and I'll try to remember to overlay some images in this video, but if I don't for some reason, then just look up the Raptor Connection on Instagram. He's got some really cool images of all of the changes. Anyways, you guys can see you've got the marker lights there in the center, and then notice with the metallic gray here, they might change some colorations on or colors on certain elements with the truck, but that's pretty much it. I got the tow hooks there. Now, ground clearance is going to remain unchanged, so 13.1 inches with this 37 Performance Package. And then the other thing, while we're on the front end, is colors. There will be different color options available for 24. Apparently, there's this cool earth color, which looks interesting. Now, coming around the side here, we've got 37s wrapped around 17-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear, and that is a big part of this 37 Performance Package, is that you get bigger tires and different wheels. Now, that's really the only difference between this and a 35 package Raptor. A lot of people think that there's different suspension or this or that with 37s. Nope, it's just bigger tires. So if you get a 35 package Raptor and put 37s on it, you basically have this truck. And then I want to show you guys a quick look at the front suspension because that always looks cool. And then you guys can see here with the big chunky fender flares, that's going to remain unchanged. And then you got the venting there on the side. You guys can see here with the body painted mirrors, door handles, and then we've got the Raptor style side steps. Those will also stay the same. Now here in the back, this Raptor does not have the graphics package, but they will have new graphics for the 24 model year with the Raptor. So if you like graphics, that might be a little bit different. And then the really big change is going to be the shocks. So right now this is single valve. There's going to be a dual valve shock upgrade for the 24 model year is apparently what's going to happen. So we'll see how that actually affects performance with the truck. My guess is the shocks are probably just going to respond better, faster, all that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, I guess that these shocks are about to become outdated. But regardless, here is your full side view on the Raptor, and with the 37s, always looks sweet. Now, taking a look at the key fob here, you guys can see we've got a bunch of functions, important stuff, tailgate drop down, remote start, and, well, tailgate always takes a while to close, or open rather, on the Raptor. So also close as well, it's all automatic. Anyways, we've got LED lights here, got an outlet as well. Nothing's really going to happen to the bed area. We're still going to get like Ford's bed step, the measuring stuff, all that kind of stuff. Still have auto raise with the tailgate is what it sounds like. And then the taillights are also another thing that is going to be changing on the 24 Raptor. So again, I'll try to remember to overlay an image there. Parking sensors here at the bottom of the bumper. You've got the exhaust tips with recovery points as well. So putting it all together, aside from the shocks, the main changes for 24 on the outside of the truck are basically going to make it so that the truck just looks different. So again, refresh. And then popping inside, from what we know so far, all of this stuff with the design, the material use, all of that is going to remain the same. So like this 37 package has the black interior. You can also still get the blue interior. It looks like we're still going to have that as an option. There is a chance that you might be able to get the Recaros with the black interior with the 37 package and the 35 package. There has been some talks of that, which will kind of devalue the interior on the Raptor R, but I guess that's going to be a thing. And then popping up front, all of this still applies in terms of no changes really. Still have like stuff like automatic windows, memory seats, blind spot underneath the mirrors. Still can get these speakers in the headrests. And by the way, I do like these seats for a number of reasons, but the biggest thing is like they're more comfortable than the Recaro seats you can get with the truck. And popping in those side steps always help out quite a bit. But I do want to talk about some steering wheel stuff. So there has been some rumors that the steering wheel might change a little bit for 24. So basically similar in terms of the design, but you might get the paddle shifters from the Bronco Raptor. So they might finally retire these paddle shifters. Again, just a rumor at this point. I'm still gonna have the full digital gauge cluster, same style. There will be a heads-up display for the 24 Raptor, so if that's something that you like, that's going to be another thing with the truck. This whole infotainment system stuff, it's basically gonna stay the same. Still gonna have trail turn assist. Still gonna have the same driveline select with the rear locking differential. Now, there is a chance Ford might go back to the Torsen differential, but it seems like they're gonna stick with the active braking system they have in this truck right now that they switched for 23. And then with the new graphics package, there might be like a new center console graphic available. And then also different stitching colors. That's what another thing that I've kind of heard on the changes for potential changes. And then still have a bunch of auxiliary switches, panoramic centerfold, that kind of stuff. And then also the carbon fiber, which is another cool element here in the truck. But this is all going to come at a cost. So this 23 Raptor with the 37 performance package and all the options it has, stickers for $88,000. Well, the 24 Raptor with similar options to this is going to be most likely over $90,000. There's going to be more price increases. That's what it sounds like. So yeah, with that being said, let's drive it and kind of cap things off. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood. Both the mirrors do blind spot monitoring throughout the rest of the rear. And, well, let us set off in the 37 Performance Package Raptor. This is pretty close to what I owned. I had a 21, so mine obviously had the Recaros with the blue interior. And I'm thinking if there's anything else different with this compared to mine. I think it was just the interior. Other than that, this is pretty much the same spec as what I, oh, I also had the graphics. So other than that, yeah, this is pretty much the same spec as what I owned. And it's always fun to drive a Raptor. Like, even though I owned this truck for like a year and a half, it's still always a blast to get into a Raptor. So some things about the Raptor that make it unique with the driving. It has a very like lightweight feel for a truck. The steering feels pretty direct for a pickup truck. Suspension's amazing. Like, the tires are huge, obviously, but the live valve Fox shocks just absorb everything so well. And so it just lends to, I would say, a really good driving experience. It's comfortable, but again, it also has a sporty feel to it that you just don't get really in any other pickup truck. The Ram TRX comes close, but the Ram TRX is so big and heavy that it just doesn't quite capture the Raptor feel. That is a good way to put it. And you know, aside from that, these seats are really comfortable. There's benefits and downsides of both seats. So these seats are more comfortable than the Recaros. The Recaros hold up better over time though. Like, the Recaros will hold their shape and feel for miles and miles. Whereas these seats, you know, after like 20, 30,000 miles, you can tell. They definitely show the wear a bit more. So again, there's obviously, you know, benefits and downsides to both of the trucks depending on all of that kind of stuff. Let's get our acceleration here with the 37 Performance Package. Gotta love that trombone exhaust. It's quick, you know, for a pickup truck. It's quick. It has solid get up and go, and you know, at elevation, having a twin turbo engine helps out quite a bit. So yeah. With that being said, I love how the Raptor drives overall. And this will now lead us into, I guess, summing things up here for the changes. Like, is it going to be worth getting, you know, the 24 Raptor over this 23? Here's my take as someone who's owned a couple of Raptors and is a big Raptor fan. Also, I noticed this is different than what I had my Raptor. Mine had like this, so they kind of changed the trim here. I think if you're actually gonna take the truck off-road, the shock upgrade could potentially be worth it. Again, can't comment on that yet. I think there's potential. But if you're a mall crawler, which most people that buy Raptors are mall crawlers, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think it's gonna be worth it. Like, heads-up display, different lights, again, for more money. And I guess it'll probably also be like, yeah, more money for all of that. So that's kind of my take. I think that if you can get a 23 Raptor, it's a great truck. You're really gonna love it. And you know, I guess if you feel like a heads-up display and different lights is really worth it, then yeah, I guess wait for the 24. But I think that the big benefit is going to be to those that actually take their trucks off-road, because those shocks again, if the dual valve is a big enough change, then like I said, it could make it worth it. Let me know if you are, you know, waiting for a 24 now that you've seen some of the specs, or let me know if you feel like 23 is the way to go because you like the looks better.